when we take a look at businesses we work with organizations we work with, we can typically describe what workout routine do they have in place by 4 stages of a donor development team. I could say a sales force, but I don't want to scare you by saying sales. Is sales a bad word for me to use in here? Okay, I'll use relationship building. We got to have a different mentality though, you know? We are selling. You're selling yourselves and your organizations. If you take a look at what those 4 stages are, what I'd like you to do is think about your organization. I'd like you to think about what process you have in place now, and I'd like you to try to pinpoint yourself of what stage you see you're at. Stage 1. Many organizations that I've worked with and that I've seen are operating under principles that look like this. Wait for donors to contribute. I have a charity that I'm working with in Thomasville, Georgia. That executive director, every single year, they send out the same mailing to the same people, and they pray to the good Lord in heaven that they will send back money to support their mission. And their mission is very vital, but they're seeing drops and drops and drops because they're doing the same old thing. Direct mail campaigns, dependence on signature events for primary funding, referrals from long-term donors are well-worn referral sources, over-reliance on state, federal funding, infrequent proactive donor calling. Relationships are not built during a donation, are they? When are they built? You have a guess? When do you build relationships with people? During a donation or when? It's over time. And it's between transactions. What are we doing between transactions to build relationships with people? And they work what's in their face. You know, the problem is, I have this same problem every single day that I come into my office. There's a giant sucking machine that descends upon the ceiling and it rests upon my head. Tentacles come out of it, they drill into my ears, and they suck my brains out every day. And sometimes the stuff that's in our face every single day. Have you ever gotten to the end of the week and you say, I have no clue what I did this week? Anybody ever been there? See, for-profits say the same thing. We're all in this together, right? Stage 1. Stage 2, a lot of activity. A lot of activity. We go to seeking donors part of the time. Man, at the end of the year of the capital campaign, we go up, we peak, and then we head back down. Some referrals from existing donors, a shotgun approach, initiating some new referral sources, lots of activity, little focus of preparation. I'll take whatever I can get, a focus on event management, focusing on single donations, and calling the same donors over and over, stage 2. Now, high-performing organizations. If you take a look, for instance, at the USO, what process do they have in place? I'm going to describe that, and this is a discipline. Number 1, a regular seeking of new donors. Every week, every day, systems in place to continually get their message out. Effective use of their existing donor base as a referral source. You know what the best way into a new donor is? Cold calling them on the phone or sending them a letter? Or taking one of your champions of your organization and getting referred into high net worth people. What do you think a better process is? Conversion rates go from about 20% of converting a prospect, we're going to use that word prospect, a prospective donor, to an existing donor. If you're sending a direct mail campaign, it's around 8%. If you get a referral in from one of your best donors, you know what your conversion rates go to? Anybody want to guess? Converting them from a prospective donor to an existing donor? Almost 60%. So you know what? It's not about working harder, is it? What's it about? It's working smarter, okay? Guys, what I'm describing to you is a process, and we're going to build a process around some of these strategies in just a minute. Focused donor lead generation. You know, I don't want to sound rude or mean. People who give to your organizations are wonderful people, but not all donors are equal. 10% of the donors produce 90% of the donations. So there's a focus that says this. You know what your most precious commodity you have every single week is your time. And time management becomes priority management. You can't be everything to everybody, can you? Time management is priority management. Priority management is market management. We've got to manage our market instead of the market managing us. Regular calling on a targeted group of people. I know the donors I want. I'll work until I get them. And a focus on depth of relationship. That these people aren't really donating to a cause, they're donating to you. And that requires a strong, just as it was mentioned just a minute ago, a strong relationship. Stage 4, we'll cover that another time, but there are some organizations out there that are growing exponentially right now that are doing very creative things. We'll discuss that at another time.